I noticed how different I felt. No overthinking, no walking on eggshells, no needing to prove anything. I want to read a success story from one of my clients. I just got the email. I don't know what day it was last week. Just getting to it now. I got a little behind. I intend that this inspires you to persist, not to give up. Please don't give up on your mirror soul. I'm talking about deep soul connections when you can really feel the love deep down in your core. You wouldn't be able to feel that to want to have a life together with your specific person unless that end existed. And anything that came up that wasn't in alignment with that through an experience that you had, whatever words were said, this or that, whatever the circumstances, all of those things came up for one reason, so you can choose again, allow yourself to let go of all of that and choose to trust what is in your heart and soul, because that is there as a guidance system, so you know what's already created. So here is just another success story, again, to inspire you. Hi, Kim. I just wanted to give you an update since July. It feels like a full circle moment. Back then, my Marisol and I were closer than ever. He was sending gifts, being so intentional about seeing me, and it felt like everything was finally aligning until we had a big blowout. Not long after that, I saw that he was posting on an app where multiple women were talking about him. And it brought up my deepest wound from my relationship, that feeling of being blindsided, unseen, replaced. But this time, instead of spiraling, and this is the biggest thing here, instead of spiraling, I knew it was an invitation. It was my sign to go inward, to choose myself. We went into no contact. And when he blocked me, I was shocked. But something in me stayed grounded. I focused on my self concept, not circumstances. I did start dating again, which was huge for me. I'd been celibate for 3 years in my life. So it was more about reconnecting with my feminine energy and letting myself have experiences again and letting myself, excuse me, it actually turned out to be really healing. I manifested men I never thought I'd attract. They checked every box, but it was clear my heart still belonged with my person. That season cracked me open. It's the best in the best way. I built new routines, deepened my practices, and became so devoted to my own peace. Even when I didn't see evidence, I kept showing up. I had moments of frustration, but I finally let myself feel it. I didn't run from it this time. I gave myself love instead of judgment, and that changed everything. The last few months, I only listened to your videos. I needed that grounded, divine reminder of truth. And slowly I started seeing shifts. He began watching my stories. He followed me again. He liked all of my posts. He started commenting. Then came the random texts. Him saying how much he loved me or that something reminded him of me. And then out of nowhere, he called. We talked for 2 hours. It was easy, light, and natural. I noticed how different I felt. No overthinking, no walking on eggshells, no needing to prove anything. I was just myself, calm, warm, grounded, and he naturally matched that energy. Even when he was being a little vague, he'd clarify right away, like he could feel me staying in my power. It honestly felt aligned, like all the inner work had finally caught up in the 3D. Even through the disconnect and doubt, I can see now it was all part of me remembering my power and coming back home to myself. Thank you for everything you share. Your words have been such an anchor through this whole process. I really do feel like I'm walking as the version of me I always talked about becoming. I came on and I shared with one of my clients, her SP proved to her that while she was going within and truly choosing and loving herself, staying loyal and faithful to herself, and eventually to him, because she was dating a little bit too until she said, I need to stop doing this because on some level, there was a little energy in her that was keeping the door open because she wasn't really being able to truly trust that she was making the right decision. But when she finally decided to get committed to herself and be faithful to herself and really go deep and follow my teachings, then not only did her SP come back, and the hot and cold and the wavering and the in and out of her life over and over again, stopped, and he was able to choose for himself and choose her because she was doing the same. And he came back, proposed, and told her that he thought of her morning, noon, and night. So, like, when you're dreaming about your person, when you're waking up in the morning and they're the first thing on your mind, and you go to sleep thinking about them, they're the first and last thing on your mind. You are the first and last thing on their mind too. When you do the inner work consistently and you trust that the love is mutual and equal, and that as much as you are thinking about them, when you're thinking about them from the eyes of love, from unconditional love, from power, and in Judaism, I believe it's called ayin tova, the good eye, when you're seeing the best in yourself and you're seeing the best in your person, and you're thinking about them in that love, in that power, then you're being aligned because you're transforming within yourself. You're choosing yourself. You're letting that energetic wall come down, and you are aligned with the version of reality where they are perfectly aligned with you too. Everything is yourself pushed out, and everyone is your divine messenger, was actually what Neville Goddard said. Neville Goddard also talked about the good eye. He talked about ayin tova, even though he didn't use those words, because Neville Goddard's teacher was a rabbi. And Rabbi Abdullah taught Neville to see others in their highest and best, in their perfection, in their divine inheritance, as well as yourself claim for others their divine inheritance. Please affirm that you received the message down below and that you trust and you know that you and your mirror soul are one. You were created to love each other, and reach out to me if you need me. I love you. I hope this video helped. Have an amazing day. Goodbye.